1, 2, 3, 4.
So we got to talk about Katie Joy. So the audience, if you have been listening to us since day one, you know that I am a fan of this YouTube channel called Without a Crystal Ball, and Wags is also a fan. I turned her on to it. And she's had a lot of drama and with this Steve McRae guy, and there is a whole shit ton of tea to unpack there, and we're not even going to get into that today. I'm also going to do a YouTube video on that because it's just way too much. So if you're interested in that part of it, the Steve McRae YouTube terrorist part of this story, then you can tune into YouTube to hear my opinions on that, because I have a lot, and it involves everybody from day one. That Leslie Bass girl is, I was totally, I'll say this now, I was totally wrong about her. She was not manipulated in any way.
Wow.
People are dumping receipts. This Joe girl is dumping receipts all over the place. And Leslie Bass, she was harassed and bullied. And that is absolutely, without a doubt, true. But that doesn't mean she's innocent. And clearly there is some shit going on with her, because, and some of the things people are saying is right, because she has stepped into a whole bunch of everything everybody says. So people have been saying one big thing is that she makes up stories or doesn't fact check her information. And that's okay for a T channel, but you have to have at least some facts. When the shit happened with Shane Dawson, she had listened to a YouTuber called Sanders Kennedy, who's a T channel. And Sanders said that there was an investigation into Shane for like pedophilia, basically. And Katie ran with that and reported it. And then when it came out that Sanders Kennedy was completely full of shit and that there was zero validity to that, she tried to backpedal and be like, that was the information I got, and I jumped on a story, and I'll do better. She even said that on Twitter, I will do better. But apparently in the midst of all this, there was a situation where she went on, there was another YouTuber who you guys need to check out. This guy's amazing. His name is BX Beast Boy on YouTube. I'll put his link in here. He's awesome. And he sings this, he breaks out into raps in the middle of his like commentary videos. And I hate that it's like Katie, because I do like her. But it's really funny and clever. But anyway, so she goes on his channel. Katie has over 100,000 subs now. This guy has like 9,000. She goes on his channel, talks to him. He gets her to say not once but twice that she's okay with him releasing the audio. And then when he did, she goes on Twitter and tears him apart and says he edited what I said. I didn't say that kind of stuff. I didn't say, because she talked about getting lawyers involved and going after people. And she's like, I didn't say any of that. He edited that to say that. So then he played the raw tape where you can watch and see it's raw. And people have receipts, and she keeps stepping in. And then she apologized to him and then immediately blocked him on Twitter and then started attacking him again. So I'm not sure what that's about. Like, you were so upset that people were attacking you, and really upset when Sherelle went after her was going to do her series on her. She was saying that's horrible. A bigger YouTuber attacking a smaller YouTuber. But apparently what's not good for the goose is okay for this gander. And that really seems to bother me. And there's another situation where people have been saying for a while that she does basically fraudulent GoFundMes. And Wags, I'm going to let you take that one, because you have opinions on this. I want to hear.
So, first of all, we all know how everyone on this panel feels about GoFundMes.
Petite season 1. Check it out.
Yeah. I mean, where do you go from there? What bothered me was that she created this GoFundMe because she said there were people who wanted to help her financially for her legal fees going against or going after Steve McRae for all the stuff that he helped, or not helped, but all the stuff that he facilitated with drama against her and harassment. So people wanted to give her money. So what she did was she created a GoFundMe and people donated to it. I think, and I may be wrong, but I think there was maybe anywhere from $500 to $800 people had donated. It's around there. Don't sue me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so she immediately got backlash for it. People were commenting on her Twitter and her Facebook. They were all saying like, why are you doing this? Because you just posted, this is my makeup haul. This is what I went to Ulta for. And I got X, Y, and Z. You wanted to see what makeup I used. But now she's asking for this GoFundMe. So she closed it because she said the people that wanted to donate had donated. Okay. My thing is like GoFundMe takes a percentage. Like if you have a charity cause that you want me to donate to or any kind of cause, like I'll send you money. I'll send you a check. I'll Venmo you. I'll PayPal you. But I'm not going to send it to GoFundMe because they take a percentage. Like that's what they do. And I get why they do it. It makes sense. But anyway, so people were coming at her hard for that. So that kind of died down a little bit. She was like, I'm sorry. This is what I did. I did it because people wanted to support me. And then 2 weeks ago, she's on live, I think, or maybe it was just a video. And she was like, what's wrong with your face? Like, what's up with your face? She had went and got lip injections. That's cool. Like, I wish somebody would give me money to get lip injections because my upper lip is becoming non-existent as I get older. So like, I would hook me up. Or I'm going to have to get one of those Kylie Jenner lip plumpers to give me some extra. But people were really upset because not only did she take money from her fans for her legal fees, she turned around and went and got lip injections. And she's like, yeah, it's important. She's like, it's important to do things for you. I get that. I think every woman, regardless of what amount of money you can spend, if there's something that makes you feel better about yourself and gives you something to kind of say, like, I'm going to look forward to getting my nails done, or I'm going to look forward to buying those Amazon lashes that Robin uses. We'll put an affiliate link because I know everybody wants those lashes. That's okay. Do that. But you can't
especially when they're $8 for
but don't turn around 3 or 4 weeks ago and have a GoFundMe and then buy makeup.
Well, that was my original plan.
Let's put this in this perspective. She makes a ton of money. There is no ifs, ands, or buts that this woman is making money, and I donate to that money. I watch, I like, I support her as a fan. I have merch. I have the Mama Bear t-shirt. I have Mama Bear leggings. I have 2 of the Joyfully Unavailable shirts. And I have the Katie with the tea bag Katie in the rainbow. I support her. And I prefer to do it that way because, look, if you want to take, and there's no actual proof. Like, I get it. I don't know that she has said, I use the money from the GoFundMe to get lip injections. And I don't think that's what anybody is saying. And if that is what anybody's saying, you're an idiot. That's not what I think it's just the timing. Like, I need to go do all this, but here's my lips. Like, I don't care what you do with your money. She earns it. That's what she does. She does celebrity gossip, reality TV. That's her bread and butter. That's fine. But the problem is that people are coming for you right now because of what you're doing. So when you put yourself in that situation, you have to expect people to come back with it. But people are getting dirty. Like, if they weren't dirty before, they're coming after her hard.
And they have all the time to make sure that they're spilling all the tea.
Well, that's the thing. And I think, but the thing is, these people, like, here's where I get annoyed. The other thing that she did too is in the last couple days, she had an interview with a woman who was the next door neighbor of Danielle Cohn. Do either of you know who Danielle Cohn is?
No.
She's a TikToker, very young girl. And there's a whole controversy about this because I believe her TikTok started, she was about somewhere between the age of like 8 and 12, super young, but she looks older, which I totally, I get. Look, I got my period when I was 8 years old. When I was 10 years old, I looked like I was 15, without a doubt. Her mother was lying about her age, first of all, so the kid could do TikToks. The mom is forcing her supposedly to do things. And she was 14 years old, and it's been released that at 14 years old, this girl had an abortion. And we're not getting into that here. We are not going to talk about this. My problem is even talking about a child who had talking about this. It's none of anybody's business. Now, whoever leaked those receipts, I don't know, because I truly, honestly am not following this story all that much. All I know is what I heard on Katie's channel. So Katie had on her neighbor, I guess this girl, not a neighbor, but a friend of this Danielle Cohn and her mother. And it's been pretty proven pretty much that this mother is icky. There's been recordings released where the mom is yelling at this daughter, talking inappropriately, forcing her to do things. And she knowingly lets her daughter date boys that are, you know, between a lot older, like 18, 17, that kind of thing. So she's condoning child ultimately. So she's icky. I get it. You want to report on that? Report on that. I get it. The problem is she then had, what Katie did is she had on the friend of the family. And this lady was saying things that, I don't know, I just felt very exploitative to me. This situation, this is not like having on Amber Portwood's former nanny or having on Matt Bayer. This is about a 14-year-old kid. And when you have someone on to exploit that child, because that's ultimately what you're doing. You want to talk about it. I get it. But you don't need
She's a Christianer. She's a Christianer.
Well, no. The mother of this Danielle Cohn is. She wants to be.
Yes.
But Katie, I just think she was chasing the story and she's good at it. People talk to her. I talk to her. I get it. I have, you know, corresponded back and forth with her. She does interact with her fans. She seems like a nice woman, but to have this just felt wrong to me. And I didn't listen to the whole interview because of that. But this BX Beast boy broke it down. And he was saying that all these things that, like, the mother being abusive, the mother exploiting the child, clear-cut cases of sexual assault. The child's not old enough. At 14, you're not old enough to consent in this country at all. So clearly that's child rape. And through this entire conversation, CPS was never even mentioned until the very end of it. It just felt like very tabloidy, exploitative, and wrong. And for you to say that she claims to be this sexual advocacy, a sexual assault advocate, and she supports sexual assault victims, and she wants to stop abuse. And that's supposedly why she blew up this Amber Portwood story, was because she was, you know, doing it for victims of domestic violence or DV. And then to have this woman on to basically just tell a salacious story, it feels like she's giving ammo to everyone. And it also feels a little bit like maybe some of the caters, as I call them, instead of, you know, Katie haters, that some of these caters do have the right of it. It just feels like with the Beast Boy thing. And again, she doesn't trust anyone is what she says, that she doesn't trust anybody. Well, I get that. So according to Beast Boy, she she doesn't trust anyone, but she trusted him enough to talk, and then he recorded the conversation, which she knew about according to him, and then she turns around and says, I didn't say that, he edited it, and we have proof that he didn't. So that to me feels like she's trying to hide something. I feel like I've been saying all this time that she's protective because of what Steve did to her. I don't know that that's true anymore. I'm starting to feel a little bit like maybe she is screwing people over to get to the top. Maybe just because, like I said, Leslie Bass is icky and she was working with Steve and helped create this whole thing with Gumby Joy. That means she's icky. Let's face it. She's completely icky, but that doesn't mean she was wrong. Just because she's not a good person, it doesn't necessarily mean that maybe Katie did throw her under the bus to get her channel down. It's starting to feel that way, and I don't want to feel that way because I do like her, and I think she's been through a lot, but it feels like she's giving ammo to the caters, and I don't understand why you would do that. And like even with us, she asked us to be on Teat, and there was a couple times to have Teat on her channel for season 1. We've talked about this, and it would fall through every once in a while, but it felt like that was right around the time where things were blowing up for her. And she kind of pushed it off. But at the same time, too, it fell through on both sides. I get that. This is not her fault. But she was like, I'll do your show. And I have the conversations. And she didn't. And because of the fear, like, I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone. And I understand that. But I'm almost glad that she wasn't on her show, because what if I feel like that she does do that? I think she might be, that's why she doesn't do interviews, because she'll say something. And then when she regrets what she said, or she gets attacked for what she said, she tries to blame it on the content creator. Mm-hmm. And that was the whole thing with Sherelle, is Sherelle was like, I got so much hate for having Katie on the show that I didn't have her on again. And that's, I guess, why she started teaming up with Steve McRae. I think that's mostly bullshit, but I do think maybe there was part of that there. I don't know. Just from my experience, it feels like maybe Katie does it. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain what I feel, but it does feel like, I don't know if now that she's getting bigger, and because she kind of did beat Steve McRae. I mean, she pretty much won. He cannot talk about her. He cannot mention her name, or it goes right back to court. So she won, and I almost feel like she thinks she's a little bit above it, maybe, that she's just better than everyone. So I guess what I'm saying, I don't even know what I'm saying. And I really enjoy Katie. And if we put this out on YouTube and you see this, Katie, I am a true fan. Like I said, I think you're a great person, and I think you're probably a good person in real life. I know on YouTube, and we even get it with some of our listeners, where when you share, at least for us, when we share what we share on our shows at Whitehorse, I think people think they really know us. Yeah. It's a very odd thing, because we try to be raw and honest as much as possible. And I think we all, for the most part, do it very well. But we're not afraid to talk about things like, I don't know, doing an episode the day after my mother's funeral, or the day after she died. That was real, that was raw, but it's also not all of me. And we are a little different on air, I think, than we are in real life for the most part. Robin's not, but that's just Robin. That is just Robin. But I think with her, so what my point there is, I think that she is a good person, and I would like her. But I also think she's been through a lot, and I give you a lot of credit for that. I think that she was strong, and she persevered, and she didn't say much. But now it feels like the more attention she's getting, she's making mistakes. And she's human. You're fallible. So don't step in the shit anymore, and maybe think about what you say a little bit more. And I also don't think you should, if you're not going to do interviews, don't do them, period. Don't go on UniRec, because then it just gives people ammo. And just, I don't know, you said in your tweet you want to do better. And I think that you can. And I think that you should. And I hope next time that you have a chance to interview someone like you did recently with the Danielle Cohn stuff, maybe don't do that, because you're better than that. And that's all I have to say about that. Wags, do you have anything?
Just stick to what you're good at, and don't try to reinvent the wheel. Like, you're not to me, as someone that likes you, as a fan, someone that appreciates what you put out, and you put out a lot of really good tea. I think it's just important to do that, especially if you're going through shit right now, both personally and professionally. Like, take a step back. It's hard, but we all have to do it.
And final note on this, if you do hear this and you have any interest, we would be not only thrilled, I think we'd be honored, the three of us, to have you on. And come, we're going to give you an opportunity. You can come on here and we'll do it live, so that we can't edit anything, and that, you know, we'll do a live stream and bring you on and let you say your piece about everything. And we'd also love just to talk to you about all the reality shit. You know, I could talk to you about Teen Moms forever. So, you know, do better and come on our show.
Block us on Twitter now.
Block us on Twitter now. Please don't do that. I really enjoy your Twitter. Please don't. I'm sorry. I am a fan.